Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekha Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. All right. And as you know, in the last week or two, all right, it's been a lot, so-called mass shootings going on, man. I won't even say so-called, there's been a lot of mass shootings going on, all right? And, you had the incident. It's like you had the incident in Buffalo. Now you have an incident in Texas. And they claim that the shooter who ended up taking out children was a transformer, man. All right, we are living in some crazy times, man. All right, we are living in some crazy times, man. All right, let me get this. Where is that? It says evil is not yet song. All right, this is different. That's right. Salakia. All right. Okay, this is 2nd 4:28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. All right? And the evil is sown here in America, okay? But the destruction, which is the thermonuclear missiles, is not yet come. All right? If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then can it not come that is sown with good. All right, so meaning, basically, if these things, I'm gonna read it again. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then can it not come that is sown with good. All right, man, this thing has, these evils have to happen in order for the good to come, right? A reiteration of what he said in the 28th verse, all right? It says, for the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness hath it brought up unto this time, right? And that's during the time of Ezra, right? Which is roughly around, it was during the Persian captivity, all right? So that was about what, 2,300 years ago, all right? And it says, and how much shall it bring forth until the time of threshing come? And the time of threshing is near, man. Yahweh Shai is going to do the threshing, okay? Talks about it, I think it's in the book of Jeremiah. Yeah. Right. This is the book of Jeremiah 51:33. For thus said the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is her time to thresh. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. And the time of harvest is here, man. Okay, the Lord is about to make his return. Because this is a lot of wickedness going on, man. All right? These elites are pulling all strings, man. Okay, they're going for the gold. All right? Now we go get into this article. It says U.S. House passes domestic terrorism bill in response to Buffalo shooting, and the whole reason behind these mass shootings is because these elites, okay, they want to take away, they want to remove the guns from the you civilians, okay, which is gonna cause uproars, all right. And who has the most guns? Esau Edom, so-called white man, all right. This is gonna this is gonna cause a civil outbreak, man. All right. People don't even, they're not rioting about food and gas prices, but they're gonna riot about these guns, man. All right, showing you that the Lord, what? Uh, this is the book. Uh, Second address. Isaiah 19:14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. They have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. All right, and that's a perverse spirit for you to not fucking write about food and gas prices, and but you're gonna write about guns being stripped from you. Okay, showing you that these Edomites are truly you know the basis of man. All right, idiots, man. All right, fucking fools, just children. Scriptures call them children rule over you, man. All right, and that's who's ruling over us, man. Edomites, man. All right, but they're gonna cause it. They're being targeted. Okay, they feel like they're being targeted, man. All right, and they are. These Edomites are losing their authority. All right, their supremacy. All right, we're gonna get into it. It says the U.S. House of Representatives has passed legislation that will bolster federal resources to prevent domestic terrorism in response to the racist mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. But the bill faces increasingly familiar burden of an uphill climb to pass the Senate. All right. Okay, it says nearly the House vote was an answer to growing pressure Congress faces to address gun violence and white supremacist attacks, a crisis that escalated to mass shootings over the weekend. Adam Kinzinger, we gonna keep reading, right? All right. Now this is the point. We in Congress can't stop the likes of Fox News host Tucker Carlson from spewing hateful, dangerous replacement theory ideology across the waves. And they have this thing called the Great Replacement, okay, where these Edomites feel like they're, like I said earlier, they're losing their, they're losing their supremacy, man. They're losing their power, their authority, right? And they're getting replaced by who? The Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native American Indians. Okay, remember in the first book of Exodus, right? Let's get that. All right. This is the book of Exodus 1 and 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and applied and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. The land was filled with them, right? The great replacement theory, right? Because Edomite women, it's hard for them to reproduce more than one or two children, man. All right, more than two children. You're just gonna say that, and a lot of these Edomite women, they're the ones that's getting these abortions, man. All right, the Lord is doing away with you, heathen. He called you the least of the flock, man. All right. It says now there arose up, which is basically dealing with the small hats, the Amalekites over there in the land, the Holy Land. All right. But scriptures talk about their despised them. I have made thee least among the heathen, roughly paraphrasing. All right. You can get that in the book of Obadiah. All right. It says, now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we, right? The great replacement theory. This is how these Edomites feel. It says, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join it also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. All right? And that was the point. That was the great replacement theory. Scripture say there's nothing new under the sun, man. All right, these Edomites are about to start. These Edomites are about to make, are about to go to war with you Jakes in this upcoming civil race riot, man. All right? And Jake gonna get caught up out there, man, because this man is blessed with the sword. All right? This man is blessed with the sword, man. All right? Congress hasn't been able to ban the sale of assault weapons. The DTPA is what Congress can do this week to try to prevent future Buffalo shootings. All right? Replacement theory is a set of racist and lies and socio-political arguments that has been cropped up around the world in the past decade. In the U.S., it is expressed as the false idea that a cabal, right? Let's look that up. A clique, a secret political faction. All right, who was that? Who was that talking about? All right, you should know. It says in the U.S., it is expressed as the false idea that a cabal of Jews and Democrats is replacing the shrinking white American majority race with black, Hispanic, and other people of color by encouraging immigration and interracial marriage with the goal of threatening the ruling elite and eventually engineering the extinction of the white race, man. And this is prophecy playing out, all right? Yeah, these Edomites are about to go ballistic, man. All right, I don't want to get that word ballistic. All right. It says pertaining to construction and use of thrown objects. To throw. What are they going to be throwing? They're going to be throwing them bullets, man. All right. It become irrationally angry, man. All right. They're about to become irrationally angry, meaning you can't even deal, it's not going to be any compromising with them, man. You about to see Esau reveal his horns, man. All these Edomites are about to go crazy, man. All right, and this is prophecy. All right, this is prophecy. All right, I'm gonna read this again, man. It says replacement theory is a set of racist, anti-S laws and socio-political arguments that has cropped up around the world in the past decade. In the U.S., it is expressed as the false idea that a cabal of Jews and Democrats is replacing the shrinking white American majority race with black, Hispanic, and other people of color by encouraging immigration and interracial marriage with the goal of threatening the ruling elite and eventually engineering the extinction of the white race. And we know that the Jews and the Democrats, they're tightly clicked up together, man. Because these Democrats are pushing the agenda of these small hats, okay? That's why, these Democrats are so liberal. They push, basically do as thou. They push the do as thou wilt spirit, just like the Jews, right? That's over there in the land, all right? But this is the Heavenly Father doing away with you Edomites, man, all right? This is going to come upon the whole world. Jake is as the sand of the sea, man. All right? Jake is going to take you Edomite women as well as you other heathens, man. All right? And Jake is going to put his seed in your women, man. All right? It is being investigated as a key motivating factor in Saturday's supermarket shooting that killed 10 people and wounded 3 brothers in Buffalo, New York, 11 of them black. All right. And we know the story of what happened with this. All right. But let's see what else they got in here. also, E is going to use it 2 for 1. Going to use these access 2 for 1s. Okay, he's going to regulate the internet. He's also going to regulate the gun laws. All right, it's showing you that E is crafty, man. E is crafty. That's Psalm 64:6. Get that. All right. And we know that these elites, they want to cause a civil war. They want to bring in martial law, right? And that's gonna come to pass, right? Everything the Heavenly Father talked about is gonna come to pass, man. All right, which is enduring martial law. There's a lot of Jakes gonna be getting put to death, man. All right, a lot of Jakes gonna be put to death, man. All right, because the Lord is about to open up the doors of wrath. All right, He's about to let Esau have his way, man. All right, and these elites, they're labeling everything as a terrorist. If you're not to spread of disinformation, misinformation, you're labeled as a terrorist. Speaking the truth, you're labeled as a terrorist. All right, these are the times we in, man. This devil has but a short time. And now I'm gonna get another article, right? This is not it. Well, I can get this. Yeah, kind of. It says 12 nightmarish economic trends that we should expect to see during the second half of 2022. All right, this is gonna make these Edomites, as well as these other nations, even more mad. All right, this is these elites. Okay, they're playing on the minds of the people. All right, they're just throwing on more and more burdens on the people. Right, and eventually, this saying in the world. It's only so much a person could take before they flip shit, right? And that's what's coming to pass, all right? It says if you thought the economic news was crazy during the first half of 2022, just wait until we get to the second half, all right? So many of the problems that we are experiencing now are going to continue to intensify, and Americans are becoming more pessimistic about economic conditions with each day passing. All right, pessimistic, meaning negative, right? Let's go into that negative outlook. All right, tending to see the worst aspect of things, to believe that the worst will happen, right? The Lord is putting evil, survivalist thoughts on the people, man. Right, people thinking about how they're gonna survive, how are they gonna feed their children, all right? Because they see the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, man. Right, but Jake doesn't see it. Okay, you Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native American Indians don't see it. All right. In fact, as you will see below, a whopping 85% of us believe that it is very likely or somewhat likely that the economy will go through a recession at some point during the next year. Of course, the truth is that if we all have to suffer through a recession, we would be extremely fortunate. Our leaders have lost control of the economy, and many of us are extremely concerned about what is coming next. All right. It says, number one, gas prices will continue to surge, and many Americans will be shocked by how high they eventually go. If you can believe it, in Washington State, at least one gas station has now reprogrammed their gas pumps to make room for double-digit pricing, man. All right. Number two, we are being warned that there could be extended blackouts in some parts of the nation during the summer months. It is being reported that the middle of the country is particularly at risk, man. All right. Hey, it's a lot going on, man. All right. And these gas prices, I don't see how people aren't uproaring. These Babylonians are content. They say, fuck it. It'll go back to normal. All right. These people are through, man. All right. They want this, but this is an agenda of the elite. They're forcing their green agenda. All right. They're facing the green agenda. All right. Oh, they're forcing it. All right. Agenda 2030, everything going digital and electric. I want you to get a an electric vehicle. Meanwhile, there was an article that said most of these charging stations, they don't even fucking work. All right. It says everyone pretty much agrees that food prices will continue to rise. Of course, they have already reached levels that are absolutely insane. All right, and people, the scriptures talk about the food. All right, uh, where is that? What is that? It's in the book of Sirach. Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing, man. All these things are good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned for evil, man. All right, and they're stripping you of these things, man. Your God-given rights. Okay, your God-given rights, man. All right. Take the case of Jeff Good, who confounded 3 restaurants in Jackson, Mississippi. Around 18 months ago, a 40-pound box of chicken wings cost him about 85. Now it could go as high as roughly 150, man. Look at that increase, man. That's damn near 100% increase. Expenses for cooking oil and flour have nearly doubled in the past 5 months, he said. But it's not just ingredient prices going up. He's paying more for labor and services. Even the company that maintains his air conditioners have tacked on a $40 fuel charge per visit to cope. He's raised menu prices. All right. A 15-piece order of chicken wings and a signature dish at his Sal's and Mookie's Pizzeria went from $13.95 before Crown Vic hit. Now wing costs can vary so much. They are labeled at market price, like some restaurants do with lobster. At peaks, the menu price could be about $17.95, man. 100% increase, man. All right, but that represents a barely their margin. And good estimates, the real cost is closer to $34. He's trying to decide whether to keep raising prices or take wings off the menu. So you know the Lord is about to make everybody, everybody's about to be taken back to a lower state. Okay, the Lord is about to strip everybody of their goods, man, because this world is truly spoiled, man. Mainly America. Okay, you Edomites, you throw away food, and you Jakes as well, you throw away food like it's nothing. All right, ungrateful, not considering that the Lord is blessing you with your increase. You know, the Lord is about to take everything from you, man. All right. Number four, as our supply chains endure even more stress, shortages will continue to intensify. The extreme baby formula shortage that we are witnessing right now is just a preview of coming attractions, right? Second Ezra 6 and 22, right? Suddenly shut the sown places appear unsown, right? Get that, right? And this is gonna cause even more uproar, or more. This is gonna cause well, it'll tell you. Second Ezra 6 and 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, man. Okay, the farmers not growing crops, which is going to lead to these storehouses being empty, man. All right, which is these storehouses, they supply the foods, the supermarkets, man. All right, and the trumpet shall give a sound which every man heareth. When every man heareth, they shall be afraid. And when the news reveals this information to the people, everybody's going to be in shock, man. All right. But you shouldn't be, because the prophets, starting with Apostle Tahar on down, have been warning you for decades and decades, man. Especially in these times, because it's a camp out on every corner, particularly the man of the GMS, okay, and particularly the doctrine. And we're warning you of things to come. And these other camps don't warn you of things to come, man. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those things that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. And your friend is going to fight against you like an enemy. Why? For food, okay, for survival, man. All right, he is going to do away with the water supply as well, all right, because everything is on the grid, man, all right. This is going to pass, man. It says the UN is telling us that we are heading into the worst global food crisis since World War II. In some parts of Africa, the number of people suffering from extreme hunger has already more than doubled. More than 23 million people are experiencing extreme hunger in Ethiopia, Somalia, and Kenya, according to a new report by Oxfam and Save the Children. That's up from over 10 million last year. The region's worst drought in 40 years. What, 40 years? Okay, inflation around the world has been worse. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say the worst, but over in Europe and America, okay, inflation is at its worst in over 40 years, man. All right. It says the region's worst drought in 40 years is being exacerbated by conflict and the pandemic. And the war in Ukraine has sent food prices soaring to record levels, man. All right. It says widespread hunger will almost certainly lead to more civil unrest. Right? Second 622. Friends fighting against each other like enemies. It says recent events in Sri Lanka give us an indication of what may be coming. All right. And I want to get that. I got an article dealing with Sri Lanka. All right. Sri Lanka is a small preview of a global default crisis. All right. It says high school teacher has spent 2 days in the baking sun lining up for cooking gas in the north of Sri Lanka's capital. 2 days. All right. 2 days. He's been standing with thousands of others waiting for a delivery that so far hasn't come. Meanwhile, many of his students who will sit for important national exams on Monday have joined protests against the government. Okay. Both are symbols of the economic and political crisis gripping the nation, the results of decades of corruption and financial mismanagement that pushed the country to default on May 19th, man. Okay. This is going to come across the whole world, and it's going to be even worse in Babylon, man, America. All right. It says it is his students' democratic right to protest and demand a better life, better government. Daily life has become such a struggle that it is impossible for them to study. How can they memorize the material if they have no lights, no power, no fuel to get to school? An endless row of empty blue LPG gas cylinder lines the street next to him. These teenagers should be thinking about their future and preparing for university. Instead, they are worrying about how the island nation will ever emerge from under its pile of debt. All right, scripture talk about debt, right? Thick clay, abadia. All right, heavy debt. All right, and we know that this world is Shalakia, this world is run on a debt base. It's a debt-based economic agenda. Okay, they want to strip you, put you in debt. Okay, it says the borrower is servant to the lender, right? And that's the whole world, man. All right. It says what happened in Sri Lanka matters way beyond its border. Global markets see it as a bellwether for a raft of potential defaults across the developing world as countries face a growing post-pandemic debt burden. So what does a country in default look like in 2022? I'm giving you hey, this is about to come to America, man. Get your mind right, get your spirits ready, man. All right, it says armed soldiers on the streets, and there's day-long queues for gasoline and cooking gas, man. Armed soldiers on the streets. All right, martial law. All right. Harvests are down by 50% because farmers either cannot afford to cultivate crops or they're only growing enough for themselves because there's no fuel to transport what they produce, man. Pharmacies are running out of medicine. And this is what you're supposed to, just talk about uh, Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. All right. And that's the point. Where there is no vision, the people perish. All right. You have to be. We're visionaries, man. Apostle Gabar say you have to be a visionary. Okay, if you can't imagine these things coming to pass, you're gonna fall out of this thing, man. All right. This is a good article, man. All right. You know, giving you a preview of what's to come to America. All right. It says pharmacies are running out of medicine and hospitals are dangerously short of life-saving drugs and devices. Incomes are shrinking and inflation is accelerating above 30%. Parents are eating just one meal a day so their children can have three. While doctors report that patients are rationing essential medicines for serious conditions like heart disease and diabetes, man. All right. There's also growing unrest. Protesters may not be burning down the family homes of the ruling clan as they did on May 9th, right? Right. All right. They're burning down houses, right? This is all prophecy, man. This is all prophecy. All right. 2 Esdras 15:16, for there shall be sedition among men. And sedition means an uprising, right? And invading one another, right? Why are they going to be invading one another? Because of what's going on in the world. Okay, gas prices, food shortages. Okay, this is all going to lead to the collapse of the minds of the people, man. All right. They're going to have to do what? Get it by any means, right? And then what they say in the world, especially Jake, I'm going to get it by any means, right? I mean, they will do anything to survive, man. All right. That's what Jake told me the other day. He said, I'm going to have to do what I got to do to survive. Even if I have to take that. He said, I'm going to have to take the tiny technology. I got to live, man. Why? Why do you want to stay at the bottom, Jake? That's another topic, man. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And they're not regarding their kings nor princes, which is these politicians, man. Right. It says, but there are daily demonstrations throughout the country calling for the resignation of the president. Police and security forces are pushing back with water cannons and tear gas. It's a tactic that risks tipping the country further toward a broader rebellion. All right. It said, how does Sri Lanka go from being named by Lonely Planet the world's best travel destination to nearly running out of foreign reserves and defaulting on its debt? The warning signs were there from the moment the powerful clan retook control of the country following a sweeping election. All right, their divisive dynastic politics combined with questionable financial decisions. Right? Isn't Joe Biden making questionable financial decisions? Sending all this money to Ukraine. Okay, billions, 40 billion here, 30 billion there. Okay, isn't those questionable financial decisions? It says including heavy capital market borrowing that now accounts for some 38% of the debt, go a long way to explaining its path to ruin. All right. And that was the point, man. All right. This article is it gives an insight of what's to come, man. All right. This is coming to America, Babylon the Great, man. All right. Whether you hear or forbear. All right. Now, it says back to the other article, number 7. The Federal Reserve is likely to continue aggressively raise interest rates. In fact, Fed Chair Jerome Powell is openly admitting that his institution's battle against inflation could cause some pain in the months ahead. All right. It says, and I was watching a video the other day. This guy was saying the more they increase interest rates, the more economic collapse could happen. Okay. Because America has, I forgot what he said. It's like a debt loan of $3 trillion or something like that. Uh, showing you that America is through, man. Heavy debt, thick clay. You can't pay it back, man. So they have to crash the system. All right, and when they crash the system, they're gonna bring in a digital one, which you're gonna have a digital ID. All right, then you're gonna have to take the tiny technology, man, or the tiny technology could come first, man. All right, they can come straight out with it. Like you gotta take this tiny technology, or you're through, man. Or you're gonna get put to death. It says Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell warned Tuesday the U.S. could feel some pain as the central bank raises interest rates to fight inflation, insisting the Fed could do whatever it takes to curb price growth. For a live interview, during a live interview for the Wall Street Journal's for every Future of Everything Summit, Powell said the Fed will continue to raise interest rates until inflation starts to rise and starts to fall, and the forces drive prices higher fade, even at the risk of a deeper economic slowdown. Number 8, higher interest rates will be devastating for the housing market in the U.S. And that is very troubling news because home sales have already fallen for 3 months in a row. All right. Um, yeah, man. These elites, particularly the real estate goons, all right, they're buying up all these apartments, complexes, and also these houses, man. All right, and they're gonna hike up the price on you, Jakes, when these housing market crashes. All right, the whole thing, the whole plan of this thing going on, this global economic collapse with the food shortages. Okay, it's you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. All right. It says defaults are likely to continue to rise higher, just like we saw right before the last financial crisis. Defaults on subprime loans are really starting to surge. All right. Consumers with low credit scores are falling behind on payments for car loans, personal loans, and credit cards, a sign that the healthiest consumer lending environment on record in the U.S. is coming to an end. The share of subprime credit cards and personal loans that are at least 60 days late is rising faster than normal, according to credit reporting firm Equifax. In March, those delinquencies rose month over month for the 8th time in a row, nearing their pre-pandemic levels. Delinquencies on subprime car loans and leases hit an all-time high in February, based on Equifax tracking that goes back to 2007, right? People aren't paying their loans, man. People don't have any money, man. All right. People are going to be stripped with everything, okay? And the Lord told us about that, all right? The Lord told us to get he told us of these things, man. Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Set thy heart upright and constantly endure it. Make not haste at time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Because when we change to a lower state, right, you own nothing to be happy with it. We know that the Lord is close, man. All right, the Lord is on his way back to restore his kingdom, okay, which was the kingdom of Solomon. Okay, Yahushua is Solomon in the reincarnation, or regeneration. He's coming back to put his kingdom on earth, an everlasting kingdom, right? So we don't have to worry when we get changed to a lower state. We have good things to look for, all right? It says, number 10, as the economy slows down, we should expect layoffs to increase and jobless claims will eventually start to spike. In fact, we just learned that they have now hit a 4-month high. All right. And a lot of people are jobless, which eventually they're going to bring in a universal basic income, man. Okay. A universal basic income. These stimulus checks that they were giving out was just a test run. Okay. They were just a test run because that's how he moves with gradualism. Okay. This devil is crafty, man. This devil is real crafty. All right, but we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right. Needless to say, all of this bad economic news is going to be really bad for stock markets. The S&P has already nearly fallen into bear market territory, and many believe that what we have witnessed so far is just the beginning. And a lot of they're not telling you that a lot of these stock market traders, investors, are committing suicide, man. Especially the ones that invested in crypto. All right, this is this is the worst America has ever been, man, and it's beautiful to see it. Man. All right, it's beautiful to see it. All right, man, we've been waiting on this, man. The spirit, because you have made no account of the labors of the children of Israel, man. Okay, the elect. Okay, many are warning that a recession is either already here or will arrive soon, and Americans are increasingly becoming more pessimistic about the country. One survey that was recently conducted found that 85% of Americans believe that it is very likely or somewhat likely that there will be a recession at some point in the next year, man. All right. Yeah, man. We in those times, man. We in those times. All right. You also have right here, all right, says unprecedented U.S. Air Force to join Israelis in mock attack on Iran. All right. What does the scripture say? All right. Uh, uh, Jeremiah 50:45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Right? Which is talking about America. All right. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, which is who? The chief tribe of Amalek. Okay, the chief tribe of Edom, Esau, which is the tribe of Amalek. Surely he will make their habitation desolate with them. So both of these lands are going to be desolate. The land of Israel and America are going to be utterly burnt, man. All right. Why? Because they push the whole wicked agenda. Okay, they control the world, man. All right, they're pushing their ideologies upon the whole world, man. The earth is giving it to the hand of the wicked. All right, and this is going to be the event where the least of the flock draws them out, because there's been a lot of tension between Iran and the land and the land with the small hats, man. All right, it says as if an intense proxy war with nuclear powerhouse Russia isn't bringing enough heat. The Biden White House has now given the green light for unprecedented U.S. participation in an Israeli drill simulating a massive attack on Iran's nuclear facilities. It says, according to the Times of Israel, the U.S. Air Force will serve as a complementary force with refueling planes drilling with Israeli fighter jets as they simulate entering Iranian territory and carrying out repeated strikes. The mock attack on Iran will happen this month as part of a broader Israeli military exercise called the Chariots of Fire. All right, and this is gonna lead to World War III, man. All right, all these nations are gonna get gathered together in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, and the Lord is gonna plead with them, man. All right, which when you go to their word plead, it means shapat, which means judge. Right. Lord's about to do a lot of mass slaughtering. All right. It says, uh, uh, It says, though there's no indication of an imminent real-world strike, the U.S. participation in the drill is an implicit endorsement of an Israeli-initiated war of aggression and a signal that the U.S. might not only agree to it but participate because they don't have a choice. Okay, America is the only friend of the land of Israel, man. Okay, they now let's see how much. Now we're gonna read this and then we're gonna see how much America gives. Gives to the land of Israel every year. All right, showing that these America is a slave to the land of Israel, man. All right. Let's just check this out. This is in 2019. More recently, in fiscal year 2019, the U.S. provided Israel with $3.8 billion in military aid. Israel also benefits from around $8 billion in American loan guarantees, right? Okay, showing you that America is joined to the land of Israel, and they're going to do anything for that land. All right, they're going to do anything for that land, man. All right, so war is inevitable, man. All right, war is inevitable. All right. Now I'm going to just read this title. It says, Civilization May Not Survive. George Soros tells Davos crowd defeat Putin, NZ, or else. We know that George Soros is also a small hat, man. Okay. Who is the founder of who is the creator of the BLM movement, right? That you so-called Negroes, Latinos, or some of those Native American Indians are so gun-ho about, okay? This man has created that to push his agenda, okay, and to keep people in a deep sleep, man. All right, this man is a small hat. He's the devil, man. All right, and look what he's trying to incite war. Okay, isn't that a crime? Inciting war, isn't that a crime? Right? It's showing you the hypocrisy of these devils, man. All right. Look at this devil, man. Where's your beard? Right? You claim to be a Jew. Where's your beard, man? All right. Where's your, why are you leprous, man? Why the Lord haven't given you any melanin, man? All right. But that's this is the, you can read the top of the, the article, right? Civilization may not survive. All right. Yeah, you Edomites, man. You're not going to survive, man. All right. I'm going to close out with this one right here. All right. It says Davos oligarch pitches individual carbon footprint tracker, right? Right? A tracker, right? Individual carbon footprint tracker, right? But what is that talking about, IUIC? What is that talking about, WFI? What is that? It says no. What's even more fun than eating bugs and own nothing? Tracking your personal carbon footprint. All right. That's right. According to J. Michael Evans, president of the Alibaba Group, a new social compliance platform tested in Chinese cities might be the wave of the future. We're developing through technology an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? How are they consuming on the platform? He told the World Economic Forum this week, adding, stay tuned, we don't have it operational yet, but this is something we're working on. All right. And, they have it already. They have this technology already that the Lord has warned us about. Okay, John the Revelator has warned us about. They have that mark. They have that charagma already, man. They have that tiny technology. Okay, your phone, your iPhone, or any other phone will track your health, your steps, and all sorts of shit This is just gradualism, man. All right. They have this technology already. All right. It says want to learn more about Alibaba's tracking tech. They summarized it in a March blog post, and it's described as a platform to encourage people to adopt low carbon behaviors and be environmentally accountable. Okay, you're gonna have a social credit score, man. All right. Expect to earn 200 carbon credits when you lick your plate clean, and 554 credits if you take the subway. Right. The trick is to develop a model that translates individual activities into carbon credits and builds up a community that promotes a low carbon lifestyle based on the carbon credit system. Right? Right? So they're about to track you, man. They're about to track you. They're about to control you, man. Right? And if you don't abide by these social, the carbon credit, okay, they're gonna ruin your credit, man, and you won't be able to do anything, right? The what's that show? Black Mirror. The lady had a social credit score, man. All right, and after the social credit system, they're gonna bring in that tiny technology, man. All right. It says more than 1492 companies and communities use the platform, which has helped them save roughly 394,000 tons of carbon dioxide emissions, according to Alibaba Cloud. Right, showing you the times that we in, man. Right, this tiny technology is at the door, man. Okay, the economy is about to collapse real soon, man. All right, and we're on the brink of an economic global collapse, man. All right, these devils are real crafty, man. They search out iniquities, right? I'm gonna get that. They Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, right? Because all these devils know how to do is to do evil, man. All right, that's iniquity. Okay, they search out evils, man. They accomplish a diligent search. They keep continuing to do evil, and they find out how they want to trap the people, and they go along with it, man. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, right? And when you go to the word heart, it means lob, which means your mind. Okay, these devils are only set out to do evil, man. All right? They're only set out to do evil, and it tells you that, right? All right? And I'm going to close out with this one, man. All right? The book of Sirach 14:5, right? Because this, they claim for this thing to be good, it's going to save the world, right? It's going to, you're going to save a lot of money. You're going to be able to get food, okay? This is how they speak to you, all right? Never trust thy enemy, right? Sirach, I think it's the 12th or the 10th chapter, all right? For as iron rusted, so does his wickedness. Though he come crouching, basically beware of him, man. All right? We're aware of you, Esau. Sirach 14:5, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself. This is the recompense of his wickedness. And this is the point. And if he doeth good, and if he doth good, he doth it unwillingly, right? And at the last, he will declare his wickedness, man. All right, this man doesn't want to do good. Okay, if he wanted, if it was up to him, he would have did away with the nation of Israel, man. All right. It says, verse 7 again, if he doeth good, he doeth unwillingly, man. All right, I want to get that word unwillingly. It says, not disposed or inclined toward, man. All right. To do what? Good. All right. It says, and if he doth good, he doeth unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. And when you take that tiny technology, it goes into in Revelation, the 16th chapter, Okay, you're going to have a noisome and grievous sore. And you also going to eat thermonuclear fire, man. All right. And a lot of people are going to be at that judgment, okay? Because they love their lives, man. They are not written in the Lamb's book of life. But Lord willing, we are written in that book of life, man. All right. And we going to stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, I'm going to close out with that, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and citation to the elect. Kwam Yashar Allah Shalom.